As you can see here, I've graphed and geo-referenced the corn harvested acres for 2003 to 2012 from OMAFRA field crop estimates. Now these are estimates, they are not exact acreage, and this includes both grain corn and silage corn. So I'm just going to go through the province and kind of show you where the hot spots are and kind of give you a top 10 as I go. So Essex obviously has been increasing slightly. Chatham-Kent is number 2. It can sometimes be number 1, or it's usually in the top 3 anyhow over the years. 2003 they were at 132,000. This jump here at 2007 was obviously the ethanol mandate came in, as well as crop prices jumped up. And then 2012, certainly a big huge jump, 173,000 acres. Some of that was some of the wheat acres didn't get planted in 2011, so ended up into corn. So that's where some of those acres came from. Lambton has had a nice jump here. Seems to be a little bit more corn being grown here. South Lambton, it isn't traditionally much corn grown there, but some farmers have certainly taken the risk and grown a few more acres in the south of Lambton. Lambton is number 7 actually, 126,000 acres last year. So there is some improvement in acres there in the south. We'll just move ahead here into the central part here, and we'll come in here a little ways. And once again, this is OMAFRA estimated data. OMAFRA also makes the disclaimer that this information may not be correct, that anomalies can develop. So just keep that in mind. I will share the website with you to get this information, but if you're ever looking for estimates, it's a good place to go if you're looking for approximate values. So in Elgin, 2003, they went from 90,000, and last year they were at 135,000. So a very nice jump there in Elgin. And next is Middlesex. It's actually number 1, 236,000 acres last year. And now I'm not sure if this might not also be an anomaly in the data. I know the acres have picked up in Middlesex. I just haven't seen the acres jump that much, so maybe someone in the seed industry could kind of put an answer to that. But certainly number 1, they're usually in the top 3 over the years, or at least top 5 at the very least. So Oxford, you can see, is trending upward. It's usually pretty stable. Oxford is number 3. It's usually in the top 5. Actually, there are 2 places here that we need to spend some time on here. Perth, they're up to 104,000 acres. 20% of that, so about 20,000 acres, is silage. I'm not sure here with Perth as well as Huron. Huron is actually number 4 here. They both have a downward trend here on corn acres, and I'm not sure what is going on there, whether things have gotten late and farmers are shying away from having to dry the corn, or what's going on here, but there seems to be a downward trend here in those 2 areas. And like I say, 20% of Perth is silage. So it's number 2 in the province in terms of total forage acres. Bruce is number 10, 71,000 acres. Just a note on silage. In Ontario, about 13% of our acres are for silage. In the east, it's a little bit higher, anywhere from the upper 20s into Renfrew, which is 36% of the corn acres are for silage. So we'll just jump over here a little ways, take another perspective here, and we'll come in here a little bit. So Halden and Norfolk here has been trending down. They were down to just under 70,000 acres there. Most of this is just the last few years of drought and just haven't been able to make good money on corn. Nice to see a big jump here. Niagara jumped up. I think they almost put on 10,000 more acres, more than 10,000 acres there. So nice jump there. I think most of that was just being able to get in early on that heavier ground. Brand has kind of been trending upward, pretty steady though. Hamilton here has been kind of trucking along here. Wellington is actually the silage capital of Ontario. 86,000 acres, which is number 9 in terms of rank. But in terms of silage, about 30%, like I said, and 30,000 acres. So certainly for the livestock sector there. We can look up here at Simcoe here has been trending up. PT corn I think has really helped out a lot there, being able to take care of insects off Georgian Bay I think has really helped out a lot, and they're trending upwards there. York had a big jump there on all those rental acres on investment land. So I think that's what happened there. We'll just jump ahead here and just look at the Mid-East here. Here, this is Durham, and it's been trailing off. I think most of this is a performance issue. They just haven't been able to get good corn acres or good corn years in the last few years, so it's been trending down. And then Northumberland here, it's been kind of steady to trending down. I'm not sure what's happening there. This here, I'm not sure. I can't totally explain this. They went from about 16,000 here. This is Prince Edward County. They went from about 16,000, 15,000 acres up to about 41,000. So more than doubled their acres. I think that's an anomaly. When we get into these small acre counties, it makes it hard to estimate estimate corn acres. So I think that's what's happening there. And like I said, Renfrew up here, 36% of their acres. So in terms of percent of acres for silage, Renfrew is number 1, but certainly not in total planted acres or harvested acres. I'll just look here at the east. Leeds and Grenville here. Like I said, 27% is for silage, and we'll switch around here and take a look at SDG. Stormont, Dundas, and Glengarry, actually number 6. They've been working their way up the rankings the last few years. Certainly been bringing up. I think a lot of this here is ethanol drive out here. Certainly been driving the acres, and performance as well has also helped. There's been some tremendous yields come out of this area. I mean, last year it wasn't so tremendous, but the last few years have been pretty spectacular yields. So I think that's what's driving. So that's it. That covers Ontario and where the corn acres are. And like I said, I'll look at yields as well as we can look at other crops here in the future. But now you know where everything is, and I will share the website here for the OMAFRA information that this is based on. And that is it.